Welcome to the Stop Over Drinking and Start Living podcast, where high-achieving, goal-oriented rebel women come to learn how to live a vibrant and fulfilling life without requiring alcohol to get through it. No labels, no judgments, no saying you'll never drink again. Just real proven methods to help you stop rebelling against yourself with alcohol so you can drink less and do more. I'm your host, Angela Mascenik. Let's dig in. Welcome to episode 378. Not following your drink plan? Listen to this. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello. I am recording this podcast in Lisbon. It is dawn. It's about 6:30 a.m. The sun has not come up yet, but the sky is just now changing. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be a beautiful blue sky day, and my friend Martha is here helping me do all of the last minute preparations and just making the Magic House look perfect before my first retreat is next week. So less than a week, I'll be hosting the first retreat at the Magic House, and I am really trying to live in the moment and appreciate every single second of this experience. And just giving you a little insider on how I'm coaching myself this week. It's a lot. There is many last minute details that are not finished, including some painting inside the Magic House. And, things that we need for the Magic House are, some things are missing and still need to be purchased and attached to walls, and art needs to be hung, and it's a lot. But every day we are making progress, and it's fun. And I know at the end of it, by Sunday, it will all be done. And I also I have this sense about me, like this knowing that it's all going to work out exactly the way it should. So yes, it's stressful. And at the same time, I want to embody the magic that this Magic House experience for me has been from start to finish. And I can easily go down the stress route and pathway. And yesterday morning, Martha and I were discussing, and we were pulling oracle cards and whatnot, and I wanted to intentionally live in the magic that this week has for me, because it won't happen again. This is the first week, the precursor week to opening of the Magic House, and it's never going to happen again. And it's kind of like reminding me of like planning a wedding or planning something big like that. It's like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I want to remember the intentions of this and remember why we're doing this, and just really imprint this experience in my day-to-day this week. And that's what I'm trying to do. So even though things are popping up that are unexpected, I am trying to have fun. We're listening to music, we're dancing, we're joking. I'm absorbing it all. And that's what I would love to invite you to do too. If you're embarking on something new or putting something together in a final project timeline, whatever that means for you or whatever that could look like for you, just remember, like, you chose to do this. This is something you've been working on for a long time. And there's magical moments in these final steps and preparations. So that's how I'm sort of self-coaching myself and pausing and reflecting and processing the huge undertaking that just happened between late October and early April. Like, it's kind of blowing my mind what we've been able to pull off, and me not living here full time and managing this huge project from the US and coming back and forth here almost every month, working on this and making progress. And it's amazing. It's magical. So anyway, that's what's going on over here. And my birthday is on Friday. I'm going to be 48 years old, 48. And it's just amazing that 8 years ago, I was getting ready to celebrate my 40th birthday and hosting a group of people in my local town at a winery, like a wine bar, and not drinking for the first time. I was on my first 90-day break when that was happening, and so much has changed in 8 years. I can't even believe it. So just planting a seed as well, that anything is possible, my friends. Do the uncomfortable thing. Pick the hard goal. Lean into your discomfort of the growth and the change and a new path that you could go on in your lives. It's worth it. It's exciting. It's different. It's thrilling. Yes, there's stress. Yes, you have the negative emotions that go with it too, but you're doing something new, and I want to encourage you to keep going. Okay. So today, real quick, just a real quick podcast episode, I want to talk to you specifically if you are not following your drink plan. So whether that's if you have drinks on your plan or if your plan is 0, okay? So if you're consistently not following that and you're doing all the rest of the work, like maybe you're listening to the podcast, maybe you're getting coaching from me, maybe you're inside a Live AF, maybe you're doing some app or some other program, or reading the books and journaling and doing all of the work, right? You recognize you're doing a lot of work to change your behaviors and change your relationship with alcohol. If you're still not following your plan at the end of the day, I want you to listen, because there's always something that we can do that we haven't tried. Okay. So maybe you're doing your morning work, like maybe you're doing your worksheets or you're journaling in the morning and you're setting yourself up for the day, and you have all of the grand intentions in the morning to not drink that night or to follow your plan this night. And then at the end of the day, you go throughout your day, and at the end of the day, you just get wrapped up into your end of day patterns. And it's been frustrating for you, and you find yourself just drinking in this automatic process. I want you to pay attention. Okay. So we need to change it up in the afternoon, early evening. So continue doing your work in the morning, checking in, setting your intentions for the day, but we need to break your automatic cycle somehow. So I would encourage you to plan, put it on your calendar, to sit down and write at this time of the day. So get your worksheet out, dictate in your phone, however writing looks like for you. So don't be so literal. A lot of people are like, I don't like journaling, which I love to challenge people on. But we need to break the pattern somehow. So maybe you're coming home from work and you're automatically like going through the evening routine. You're in the kitchen, you're cooking dinner, you're sort of going unconsciously offline. You're pouring the glass of wine, whatever that looks like for you. We need to break that pattern. So we need to like go into your bedroom, grab your journal, grab something that you can reflect upon and check in with yourself. So this is the stop out of the stop, notice, and process technique that I teach all the time. We need to stop the automatic behavior. So we need to break the habit of whatever you're doing. We need to go in and we need to check in with your intentions. So go in your bedroom, go sit in the living room, go sit in your study, whatever that looks like for you. A lot of times I recommend for people to stop in their car. It's like before they even get out of their car, they have a little journal, a little notebook or something, and they write down their intentions again, and they stop, notice, and process. So check in with yourself in this moment, wherever environment that you're in. Put it on your calendar, 5 p.m. Stop, notice, and process. Check in with myself. It's a recurring event in your calendar, okay? You're going to stop. You're going to check in. How am I feeling right now? Check in with yourself. Pause. Name how you're feeling. Okay, that's the stop, notice. Okay, notice how you're feeling in this moment. Are you tired? Are you exhausted? Okay, so there's this acronym called HALT. I've talked about this before. It's hungry, anxious, lonely, or tired. And a lot of times at the end of the day, you guys are a combination of all of that or one or two of them. And these are difficult emotions and states of being where our brain sort of defaults to the old routines and patterns. So if we're feeling hungry, anxious, lonely, tired, our brain can't really access our higher part of our brain and our intelligence that we had decided at the earlier of the day that we weren't going to drink. So these are precarious moments and states of being that you are in that we need to pay attention to. And this pause that you're going to try to do now at 5 p.m. or whatever that is at the end of the day for you, and check in with yourself and notice, am I feeling one of these? Hungry, anxious, lonely, tired, or some other trigger or feeling state, or something that I'm noticing within myself that is a trigger for me to want to drink. Okay, so you just want to be with that and notice that, and write it, dictate in your notes app, whatever that looks like for you. And then just be conscious of that and process that. So use your breath. I recognize I'm feeling this way right now. Let me just be here for a moment. Breathe. Use your breath to allow yourself to be in this moment. Okay, so stop, notice, and process. And then we want to lean into those feelings. Okay, and if you need to put your feet up the wall or drink a glass of water and just let yourself be here for a moment to break that automatic pattern. Okay, that's what we're going to do if you're not following your drink plan. We got to change it up and do some sort of interruption in your nightly routine. So deciding that you're going to do something differently if you're not sticking to your plan. We're going to stop, notice, and process intentionally before you get into the urges. Okay, so a lot of times what I hear from you is that, you have your plan, you have your intentions, and you just go through the evening, right? And you're not really pausing. Or you think, I just want to have a glass of wine, or it doesn't matter, I'm just going to have one, right? We want to stop and notice and process before you're sort of in that loop. Okay, so we're going to intentionally be stopping and noticing and processing and not waiting for us to have the urge or the thoughts. Does that make sense? So that's what we're going to try differently this week. And going forward, we need to intentionally decide and plan to stop, notice, and process. All right, so you guys have to figure out how that works in your life before the end of the day, because that's where a lot of you are getting tripped up. You're waiting for the urges to come or something to be present or the thoughts about the alcohol to come to stop, notice, and process. And we need to start training your brain to stop, notice, and process and interrupt that pattern before it happens if you've not been able to do it while the urge or the thoughts about drinking are happening in real time. Okay, so it's another check-in, an intentional check-in to break that pattern. So I want you to try that this week. Try it today, try it this weekend, but we need to invest into breaking that cycle before you're in the throes of that urge. Okay, to empower yourself to remember what your intentions are for that evening and to check in proactively instead of reactively. All right, my friends? I believe in you. You can do this. Keep trying. There's always something to try that we haven't tried before. Okay, so don't give up. Don't tell yourself you've done all the things. Okay, this is when you want to get coaching. You want to reach out for support. Post in a live AF if you're in a live AF. Hire me as your private coach. Come on a retreat. There's always something that you can do that you haven't done before. Okay, so don't believe those thoughts that you've been trying everything and it's not working. Okay, my friends, believe in yourselves. Try it, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Can't wait to report how the first retreat went. Bye for now.